You're listening to For Posterity, the podcast with Aaron Michael Fox and Eric Chrisan. Welcome to the first ever Bunlength episode. We had a little bit too much to talk about, we thought, on the Batman segment. Couldn't really fit it in the full episode, so we thought we'd include the whole segment for you here in what we call the Bunlength episode, because like a bun-length hot dog, you get 30% more for a price that pretty much guarantees no quality standards whatsoever. So, enjoy. Your freaking avatar on Facebook is the Emperor from Star Wars.
Not anymore. Now I'm a criminal from Gotham.
Like I said on that post, I'm still not sure why I didn't expect you to do exactly that.
You knew exactly what was going to happen when you sent me that picture. As soon as I saw it, I knew what I was going to do with it. I didn't even read the whole thing. I could have said flaming homosexual. I was already going to put that as my profile picture when I saw the picture.
And fun trivia. I didn't expect anybody to notice this or even care that much, but the numbers on that are from Jack Nicholson's Joker mugshot from the 89
really?
The numbers, that I put on it,
Yeah.
where it says like GTHM and
Oh, it's a fun fact.
yeah, those are the numbers I pulled from that are from Jack Nicholson's mugshot.
That makes it even better to me.
So yeah. Whoop. Whoop. He stole my balloons! Why didn't anybody tell me he had one of those things?
He was a weird Joker.
It was Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
Then it was just Jack Nicholson. he was no different.
Yeah, he didn't try to get into character at all. He just...
It was like, hey, remember One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Do that.
Yeah, with a really... Like, what were they going for with the smile that they came up with? Was that supposed to be... Like, just a surgical accident?
You see, I thought that at first, but when he released the Smilex gas, people's faces just started doing it.
They did exactly that.
And they didn't have surgery, they just had weird smiles.
That was one of the weird things, even as a kid, that
There's
I
a lot
always
about
wondered
that Batman movie that's not. It's just not. He kills people. Batman doesn't kill people, first of all. He killed people.
One person. And we had this discussion on the podcast before. The debate over whether Batman actually killed him or just let him die and didn't save him, and whether or not that's still in conflict with the traditional
But he killed somebody that wasn't the Joker, though. That's my problem.
Right. It was the henchman
in the bell when he's banged his head on the bell and then dropped him down the bell tower, because clearly he didn't survive that.
Yeah, that's right. Because he's bouncing
he
back
just
and
puts
forth.
his legs up and then he bangs his head on the bell and then he just drops him
We might have
suck it, Christian Bale.
We might have to actually analyze that.
No, it was
frame
murder.
For frame.
Batman murdered that man.
We're gonna have to go back and
Michael
look at the
Keaton
surveillance footage. We have to look at because the ruling on the field is that Batman just didn't save him. So we have to find conclusive evidence that
I don't think Batman had any intentions of killing the Joker. He was just tethering him to the building so he couldn't fly.
Oh
away.
no, I'm still talking about the henchman under the bell.
No, he clearly murdered that man. That was premeditated. I'm gonna hide under here, and then when he looks to see if I fell to my death, I'll grab him with my bat legs and bang his head on the bell and hurricanrana his ass off at this bell tower. Which is murder. Which Batman does not do.
Yeah. Maybe I just justified it in my mind because that guy was so annoying. He just,
Yeah.
He too much.
Yeah, he was very dramatic.
Yeah.
I don't think you should kill him for that. Especially since you're Batman.
It was 1989. It was a different culture at the time. Black people were a lot angrier.
Like, even Batman, his gadgets were shitty in that Batman movie.
Yeah.
Like, he had really... Like, I expected him to crank up the thing before he shot it. Like, he had to pump it up like an old BB gun.
Well, that was always...
before he shot it up into the sky.
That was so awkward with the toys where that thing came out of his belt. Because then the toys would do it, too. It had the grappling hook thing, and then it would just, like, hang by his belt. And it was
He could have killed Vicky Vale. When he was like, see that thing on my belt? Grab it. And she's like, and then, like, what if she wasn't ready for that?
Yeah.
She could have panicked.
Yeah.
Then what were they going to do?
Yeah, just take this to get ready to go 60 miles an hour.
He didn't say, hey, you see that thing on my belt? When you grab it, it's going to shoot you up in the air really fast, so hold on tight. He said, see that thing on my belt? Grab it. And then let go. Like,
yeah.
Later, bitch.
And like, this is what I always love about the movies, is that as soon as, like, when they're hanging from a cable or they're hanging over a cliff or something like that, whenever they make it to the spot, like as soon as she gets back where the cable has tightened all the way up, then it just cuts to now she's up on top of the thing.
Oh yeah,
like they're always
miraculously climbed up.
They're safe as soon as they get just to that spot. Whereas, like, have you ever tried to like hang from something by your fingertips and do a full chin up onto whatever the thing is?
No, because I don't do prison exercises. If there's not a ladder or steps, I'm not supposed to be up there.
All right, fair point. But it's hard, I guess, is my point. And that's, in many ways, probably the hardest part of that for Vicky Vale in that situation. And that's the part that
he just trusted her to not panic.
And how much less dramatic would that scene be, where you see her all the way up, and then
like,
trying to climb back up.
That was just not a good movie.
That's almost
like, the more I think about it, the more it wasn't a good movie.
See, first off, I'm 5 when that movie comes out.
We're not getting to the age thing again. I refuse to do that with you. We all know I was old enough to understand everything that was going on in that movie. And I saw it twice.
I've seen it in the theaters.
I saw it opening night, and it was fucking packed. Like, it was ridiculous.
I can imagine. I bet it was something.
And then I saw it, like, the following weekend, and it was still packed.
And you were, what, 28? 29? But we already had, I guess Dad had it or whatever, but we already had the original Adam West Batman. So I more or less, I mean, when you're 5, what difference does it make which one you see first?
It doesn't.
I basically saw them at the same time, memory-wise. So it was very much like how many buses do we have in this city?
This is not even that big. One bus can cover the whole city.
This is a city of 50,000 people, and we've had 23 buses come through in the last 10 minutes.
23 buses for a city with 11 streets.
Oh,
all the traffic is buses.
And everything is right outside my building. But to me, it made the Adam West, the Michael Keaton version, so much more badass by comparison to the Adam West.
It was badass when it came out.
Well, and I loved it. I got to say, I still love the Adam West movie. I can't think of the name of it, but the dehydrator thing, you've seen it, right?
Yeah, just
and
years.
But where he dehydrates like every member of the UN and into powder, and then somebody sneezes or what happens, and then Batman has to like separate them all out. Look, we can't do that if they're still not dehydrated.
Good thing my shady past of cutting cocaine has trained me for this.
They're all.
This line here is the mayor. Don't snort that one.
They're all.
You can have some of Gordon, but don't take the whole rail because we need somebody.
They're all human beings, presumably basically equal chemical makeup, dehydrated, and yet they turn into like Smarties that have been powdered. Like they're all like red, blue, pink, yellow, and Like I mean, that one I always thought as a kid too. Like what decided the color?
The race of the.
But how did the blue win? Why is the Indian guy blue?
Because red just seems so racist.
We can't use the red one on the Pakistani guy. So
horrible movie. Horrible. Batman killed somebody.
Michael Keaton.
Yes, Batman killed somebody.
But then they followed it up with Batman Returns,
which was even worse.
Yeah, I absolutely that was so because that came out in '92, I think 91, 92, and so you'd have been.
Shut up. Just get on with the fucking story, man. That's not even.
But I remember it was so dark and being so conflicted as an 8-year-old going, this is Batman. I'm supposed to love this and I don't love it. What's wrong with the world?
Yeah, it's really depressing.
It was the first moment of pure anxiety. I became an adult in that moment where I thought, this is something I used to enjoy that is now ruined.
It was just not good.
And I didn't even understand. I didn't even realize how ruined it could be.
I thought Danny DeVito was weird as a penguin.
It was awful. The hands freaked me out so bad because it was clearly some sort of latex rubber thing that his regular 3 fingers were in.
And he's like, "I'll teach you my flipper trick," and I'm like, "That's gross, dude."
See,
I was old enough to be like, "That's a sex thing. That's gross." And
yeah.
He's just like, "I don't get it." He has a leather flipper.
Yeah, that looked very scrotum-ish.
So even
lots of.
So you weren't old enough to be like, "Damn, even Christopher Walken can't save this movie."
No, I didn't actually. Until you just said that, did not even register that was Christopher Walken. I mean, I know, but it never went.
He killed Selena Kyle.
Yep.
And she electrocuted him with the.
Yeah, that totally. Yep.
Michelle Pfeiffer was a badass Catwoman, though.
That was
way better than Halle Berry.
That was almost her high point, because believe me, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman definitely had a profound effect on my early teens.
My old ass was like, "Oh, I said coked out bitch from Scarface." She can't even have babies because she's done so much coke.
Not until Anne Hathaway came along did I fully appreciate a live actress as Catwoman.
She was fine as Catwoman.
Michelle Pfeiffer. No, I'm saying I loved Anne Hathaway.
Oh, okay. I was going to say she was a great Catwoman.
That just the specific when she leans down on the bat cycle or whatever motorcycle she's got.
She's not hot, so you're not going to insinuate that.
As Catwoman, she is. Yes, absolutely.
I didn't think so.
Yes.
She still is the same.
Her, in real life, I couldn't take for more than probably 48 seconds. But no, her as Catwoman, I thoroughly enjoyed.
I mean, she had the right attitude and everything. She played it. I don't think that made her hot, though.
Conversely...
Michelle Pfeiffer did the hot Catwoman thing perfectly. She had the balance between...
Yeah. She had the whip down and the posture and she did the Irma Kitt Catwoman.
Oh God, no!
What?
Really?
What?
Oh, okay. I gotta think back to the times when back when that was racy. Yeah, I guess you could say she was kind of.
She was, and you could tell intentionally trying to ooze as much sex as possible, and.
Phrasing.
Did I say Irma Kitt?
Phrasing.
Eartha Kitt?
I know what you meant, but still, oozing sex and her, just the mental image of her now.
See, I'm still this movie I know it was made in the '60s, but since to me I got to it the same time as the Michael Keaton Batman, it feels like it's from an early '80s.
Okay.
But either way, that's still that's the way. I mean, I don't even know if I know what she looked like now. All I see her.
The only reason I know what she looks like now is because she was in that Eddie Murphy movie, Boomerang, which came out about the same time as Batman Returns, actually.
not the original Batman.
No.
Yeah,
she was in that, and she was doing the trying to be sexy thing, and I was like, ah. And my mom was like, "You know who that is, right?" And I was like, "No." And she told me, I was like, "Ah, it's even creepier."
And the as Catwoman doing the perfect and all that.
Yeah, like she was still doing the R thing in the movie. Like she was.
Yeah.
She was drinking prune juice because it keeps the skin tight. She said that, and I gagged. As a teenager, I went, ugh.
And how did we get to this from Danny DeVito's scrotum hand in Batman Returns?
Because it's not much different than her face now.
So I don't even know what to. There's nowhere.
The point is, Batman killed somebody, and it's not right. That's what this boils down to. Tim Burton should know better than to kill people with Batman.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess when we originally had this conversation, it was over the Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan Batman, that didn't outright kill Ra's al Ghul, but didn't save him either.
Yes, that's right, actually. That's the same situation as with the Joker.
Yeah, so I was now conflating the bell tower with...
I think that I'm going to just go ahead and say that he killed Ra's al Ghul. Because he flat out said, I don't have to save you.
So he just didn't save him.
From dying.
Right.
Which is essentially killing him. He knew what was going to happen if he didn't save him. He was going to die. He let him die.
But that's what he thought the last time, or every other time that Ra's al Ghul has been supposedly.
No, he knew what was going to happen because there was no... there was no place for this the train to go but down.
Well, we have to assume that Christopher Nolan's universe Batman isn't aware of how many times he's supposedly not saved Ra's al Ghul in the comic book universe, because that sumbitch is worse than Jason. Like, you can't kill him. Like, at any point, you want to bring him back, and he'll just, you didn't account for blah 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 that I could do. I had a trap door and a thing and a scooter and a other.
Yeah, but that never happened though. He died in the first one, and he didn't like come back alive.
We still don't know.
No, he died.
When Nolan comes along with Batman 8, when the paycheck's big enough, Ra's al Ghul will find a way to...
if he wasn't dead, he would have came out as not dead in the shitty third movie.
Yeah, just like Heath Ledger's going to come back as not dead in the second movie.
But that's not possible because he's really dead. They can cast another Joker if they really want that character to come back, which would be... I don't think they should. But they could at least brought up the Joker in the third one. I thought. Like, he wasn't mentioned at all.
Yeah,
they mentioned fucking Harvey Dent.
That's what's always kind of bothered me about those movies, is that they're too much... Like, they're a trilogy, but not a trilogy. They're standalone movies, but they're not standalone movies. It's like a South Park level of paying attention to season arcs. Like, yeah, sure, all right, Mr. Garrison's still a woman, but Timmy's back to being alive. Like, we'll pick and choose what's going to carry over and what's not.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really... Superhero movies, I'm really... Like the last Superman movie.
I can see this is, like, you're... I think we've hit a
Did you see the last Superman movie?
No.
The Man of Steel?
No, I have not.
I had such high hopes for that movie.
I haven't seen any Superman movie since Superman 2.
Not even the one with Richard Pryor?
No, and actually, I haven't even seen the original Superman 2. I've only seen the director's cut, which apparently is quite different.
Still good though.
Still has
General Zod.
Well, it also still has Marlon Brando in it.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons for the non-director's cut is...
you need to watch the new one so we can talk about how many innocent people he kills.
Yeah. That's the eternal argument why I've always liked Batman, is that weird, super over-serious, like for a quote-unquote kids comic book, level of morality that Batman imparts, and the argument with Superman over whether or not anybody is so evil that they just can't be allowed to live anymore, as Superman says, and Batman's argument that nobody is ever that evil. Nobody has that decision. Nobody has the power to make that decision.
Did you see the new trailer for the Superman versus Batman thing?
Yes.
You did watch the trailer for that?
So I mean, when it was first came, it's been like a couple months.
No. They just released another one.
No, I haven't seen it.
Where like Batman's like tied up in the like a fucking basement or something, and Superman comes in and pulls his mask off.
No.
Yeah, it's weird.
All right, we're gonna be right back after we watch the trailer.